is Pat and Rainey, I'm a travelling man. I'll mend your old pots or I'll make you a can. I'm prince among nomads, I'm king of me clan. I fall the doll day. I tramps down the road with me horse and me dog. There's game in the fields and there's turf in the bongs. I sing like a lark as along I do jog. I fall the doll day. Well, I'll camp by the river and I'll catch me a fish. I've always got plenty to put in me dish. Me brogues and me short I surely can stitch. I fall the doll day. I grab hold of me pipes and I'll make for the town. Finds me a good seat and I'll sit myself down. I squeeze on the bellow, all the throng gathers around me. Folded all day. I play Mrs. McLeod's and the wind in the gap, and it pleases the crowd as they dance and they clap. And many's a bright shilling they will throw in me cap for me folded all day. Well, I'm fond of a drink and I'm sure it's no crime for to sit down in the sheebie, my comrade sublime. I'll dance till the morning, I'm no slave to time. I'll fall that all day. Well, the housewife each night comes down from the farm. Her husband gets cold, but I am quite warm. For here in me tent, she'll come to no harm with me folded all day. But when winter comes round, for fear of the damp, oh, I'll whistle me dog. Down the road we will tramp, and the housewife will sigh when she sees we broke camp. I folded all day. But when springtime comes around, I will pass back this way, and I'll boil up me billy and I'll have me some tea. I'll check if the buffer has one on the way for me folded all day. For me name is Pat Rainey and I'm a travelling man. I'll mend your old pots or I'll make you a can. I'm prince among nomads, I'm king of me clan. I fall the doll day. Oh, fall the doll, fall the doll day.
McGregor. Let's give him a hand.
And welcome to Live with the Shaman 2019. Well, we're looking at some changes this year. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're watching. Those of you that are watching the pre-recorded broadcast, your ideas, your thoughts are welcome. Those of you that are watching live, well, of course your input is always welcome. The only thing we ask here at Live with the Shaman is that you be respectful. We may not always think the way you think. In fact, I hope I don't think the way you think. How about that? Well, quick recap. Live with the Shaman was first broadcast, I think, 3 years ago now. 3? Was it 3 years ago? Thereabout. We are connected with the Grove of the Celtic Shaman. Grove of the Celtic Shaman was founded in late 99, early 2000. And we are not directly, but associated with Open Pagan Church and House of Pagans. Good morning. Live with the Shaman is an adult channel. Now, what does that mean? Well, you need to understand. Adult channel means that we may use the occasional foul language word. We don't worry about politically correct. We don't worry about patting people on the head to make them feel better about themselves. In the Grove of the Celtic Shaman, it is what it is, and that's all it's going to be. We're perfectly fine for you to disagree with us. We don't expect to be right all of the time, but if we're wrong, tell us why. If you disagree, tell us why. There's nothing I love better than seeing something posted in the chat going, "You're wrong." Why? Well, I said you're wrong. Well, that's not good enough. So what are some of the things that we really want to see happen in the Grove of the Celtic Shaman in 2019? Well, for beginners, the tradition rewrite will not, I repeat, will not be broadcast during Live with the Shaman. I got to thinking about it and meditating on it, and that just really simply wastes most of y'all's time. People that watch Live with the Shaman want to do so to learn shamanistic ideas, philosophies, and the way we do things. So, I'm always open for shamanic topics. What I've decided, though, that I'm going to do starting next week, right here at this time, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, here on Live with the Shaman, is we're going to start with training, actual online video training. Not real sure how I'm going to do that yet, but council has decided it needs to be done. Spirit guides have said, you can do it, so I will figure it out. We will start with level 0, which is the seeker. Things that I do and things that you might do to help a seeker find their path, find their way. So the first one out is going to be the seeker. Training the seeker. So 2019 is going to be an interesting year for Live with the Shaman. I know that it's going to help my remote students that come across. I've got one now, bless her heart. She's busier than a lone-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, just trying to make her own day-to-day life go by, much less deal with an old fuzzy one sending her PMs on Facebook every couple of days going, "How's your assignments coming? Have you finished your assignments? Where are you at with your assignments? What's going on?" I sometimes think if she lived next door to me, she'd come over and beat me profusely about the head with a 2x4. But then again, we teachers are that way. So, Again, welcome to Live with the Shaman 2019. We hope you're going to enjoy the changes. I will be doing some changes on what you see over on the left screen here. I'm going to try to be doing some background changes so that it shows up a little better. I'd like to do some changes on the actual opening page, like I've got some screwed up fonts and what have you. And well, I really, as you can tell, I don't look like that anymore. Well, the belly hadn't changed much, grown a little bit, but there you go. So, one of the things I want to do is kind of get in with the times, okay? Our last tradition rewrite was in '09. Here we are 10 years later, and it is definitely time to step up to the modern era. I will be January of this year, well, this is January, later on this month, I will turn 57. 3 years off of 60. And it's always been my philosophy, my idea, to stay up with the times. Stay up with the times digitally, technology. Stay up with the technology because we have a younger generation coming up that is looking for a place to be. They're looking for training. They're finding their training over the internet. Fewer and fewer and fewer people, sadly, are actually going to physical circle. More and more people want to sit at home in their floppy jammies and their flappy jappies and their coffee and take in the videos on the internet. I don't blame you. It's really nice to be able to come back here in the office and do these broadcasts with it 30 degrees outside and blowing a gale and be comfortable and warm. Yeah. So I do want everybody to understand, though, those of you that are going to be watching our pre-recorded broadcast, we do welcome questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? How does that work? And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, why do you do that? I am perfectly fine with somebody asking me, why do you do that? Now, some of the things that I'm going to be doing in 2019 is candle cast, a shamanic altar cast. I hadn't figured out yet how the hell I'm going to do that, but I'll figure it out. I can't do it. I can't do an altar cast in our part of the house because, good morning, I can't do an altar cast in our part of the house because we have these silly little cats that are not the least bit afraid of candle flame. In fact, we have one, bless her wee little heart, she thinks it's really cool to try to play with the candle. We have tried telling her that is not smart. She has been burned before and it didn't work. She continues to want to play with candles. Well, that could be unhealthy for her and for us. So, what I will probably do is figure out some way, somehow, to set up, I don't know, some kind of overhead camera or something on my desk and a couple of different other cameras, maybe. Boy, am I going to have to do some computer work. Figure out some kind of candle setup because Live with a Shaman in 2019 is going to be about taking everyone through each and every step of training the way we do things. Now, please understand, this training schedule, this training sequence that I'm going to be running through It's strictly the way I train my students. I have two other masters in the grove. I have a couple of high priestesses in the grove. I've got a first year that's coming up through the ranks in the grove. Everybody's going to treat and teach their students differently. So, if you have a different way of doing things, here's a challenge for you. If you have a different way of doing things and you would like to do a live broadcast here on Live with the Shaman, get with me and let me know. Or if you would like to do a video recording, hint, hint, a video recording of you casting an altar, of you calling a small circle in your domain wherever you live. We all like to have acreage in which we can call circle. Sabrina definitely remembers our 5.5 acres we had with the woods and everything where we used to call circle. We don't have that anymore. So we have to make things the best we can and deal with things the best way we can. So whatever space you have where it's safe to call circle, video it. Send it to me or post it in OpenGCS. Let us approve it and we can upload it here on Live with the Shaman entitled The Way So and So Calls Circle. Okay? There are three rules, right? To be able to video cast your ritual, there are three things in order to be able to post publicly that has to happen or not happen, as it were. One, keep language to a minimal. Two, no skyclad. Facebook will delete the account if we post a skyclad ritual. Although skyclad's fine with me, Facebook would have a conniption hemorrhoid if we posted a recording of a skyclad ritual. Now those of you that are joining late, you can rewind later and watch the beginning of the pre-recorded system. But for those of you that want to record your calling of the altar or your calling of a ritual and upload it to the OpenGCS so we can approve it, we would like to see it, we'd like to watch it, approve it, and upload it here on Live with the Shaman. The reason we want to do this on Live with the Shaman in 2019 is to give people an open perspective of what shamanism is. People need to understand shamanism is not about Don. It's not about Pegasus. It's not about Cindy or Sabrina or Michelle or Clint or Lucy or anybody else. Okay? Shamanism is about all of us as a grove. Grove of the Celtic Shaman, it's not a me thing, it's not a you thing, it's an us thing. So if I have no takers on the live broadcast teaching of a class, then you just get to deal with yours truly. Ah. So in case you're incapable of rewinding the video, for those of you that are watching the pre-recorded, I will repeat the rules. 1, we want, if you are interested, we would like to see your form of calling an altar, calling a ritual, a video recording. You'll probably have to have some help doing it. A video recording of how you set up an altar, starting with an empty space. And like I say, I am going to try to get a couple of more cameras and set them up in here so that when I do these training courses and these training classes, I'll be able to set up on my OBS software different positions, if you will. Hopefully the green screen will continue to work in the background. I'll have to change some lighting, but we've got some really big plans for GCS 2019, Live with the Shaman 2019. We got to get up with the times. So here are the rules, right? Mind your language, okay? Somebody may be watching it where their kids are watching it. They're trying to learn, or they may be listening to it at work. 2, no skyclad. No skyclad, please. Facebook will delete our account if we have skyclad. And you notice I did not give rule number 3 yet. Sober. We, stroke I, will not approve any video done by an individual that is stoned or drunk, and it is obvious they are stoned or drunk. Sober, please. Yeah. So like I say, we've got big plans for 2019. I'll be starting next week, right here. Same Shaman time, same Shaman channel, with how to teach a seeker. So I will take you through every step of the way I teach as a shaman. And for other members of the GCS that teach, if you want to combine your videos with mine, how to teach a seeker, do a recording and send it to me, and I will upload it right there with mine so that different people can see different ways of doing things. How about that? I really want to push the digital age to its nth degree in 2019 and see where we can go with this thing. And what we can do is, if we get enough interest in this, we can actually start compiling these. I can download all of the videos and clip them in and cut them into one big video for YouTube, and we can broadcast it on YouTube. I've got, of course, those of you that may or may not know, I run Linux on my computer. Linux has some of the absolute best video graphics and video clipping software I've ever seen for free, and I like free. I assume Cindy posting as Live with the Shaman. I think that's Cindy, yep. I did see a quick clip where Cindy had posted a video, done a live thing here on Live with the Shaman. That's cool. Rock and roll. Cindy, if you would like to do, she said, oops. If you would like to do a class on to go with my up and coming this Sunday for teaching a seeker to find their own way, we want to keep it confined to helping a seeker find their own way. So if you want to do a video of that and record it and send it to me, I can clip it into mine here, and we can give people some kind of comparisons. I would love to be able to do dual video interviews. Unfortunately, the bandwidth of my backwater internet service will not handle dual video interviews. Sadly. Very sadly. So, where to from here, gang? these are some of my ideas for Live with the Shaman 2019. I want to start going through each video as a class, right? Teaching students how to do different things, how to um, how to come at things from a different aspect, if you will. And I really think that it's going to be a lot of fun. I really do. So, what are your thoughts? Teach, let's see. Teach how and I can. What? Hmm. All right. Now, a little information for those of you watching the pre-recorded broadcast on YouTube and our other broadcasts. Now, I want to share with you some of the other places that we upload our links for Live with the Shaman and Open Pagan Church, right? Both are linked on Tumblr. That's tumbler.com. I've had an account with Tumblr for many years. Another one, of course, as you know, is YouTube, and the other one is Pinterest. We also link our videos, both the Shaman and the Open Pagan Church, on Pinterest. One of the things I'll be doing is I need to update those links so that everybody has them. I think once I'm done here, when I when I do the video conversion to make it smaller so it uploads quicker, um, I'll be looking at those links and posting them on Live with the Shaman page. So something you want to remember, and a little tip to those of you that are not used to doing videos, right? If you're using a mobile device, if you're using a cellular device, that's perfectly fine. You don't need to convert it to upload it. However, if you're using OBS software or live streaming software, what you want to do is record at the same time that you're doing a live presentation. OBS has a record and a streaming button. Make sure you hit them both about the same time. The recording, though, you want to convert it. Now, something you have to understand is, again, I use Linux. I don't use Windows. So the software that I use for breaking down and converting videos is called Handbrake. It's called Handbrake. And it's really dog simple. I already converted Open Pagan Church this morning, but I'll pull it up so you can see it. If you'll notice, the Open Pagan Church broadcast came out to be 178 megs, and you'll notice Live with the Shaman right here, it's recording as we're streaming. Let me bring that up so you can see it a little bit. You'll notice right here the numbers are going up. So it's already at 553 meg, and we've only been live for 30 minutes. So to convert, all I do is right click on one, open with Handbrake. And of course I've already converted it, so there's not really a whole lot I can do with it. But I went in and set up everything, my format. MPEG 4 is real good .m4v. is real good for presentation. Right. So, that being said, folks, let's see. We got questions. Have you heard of Streamlabs OBS? I have not. I have not. Streamlabs OBS. I'll have to Google that and check it out. Definitely. I know that um, I know that OBS is open source, and if you don't know what open source software is, look it up. I know that they have a boatload of different types of applications out there. Let's see. I was going to see if I could do an about here. Topics. But I use OBS 21.1.0 for Linux. The Windows configuration of OBS is a little bit different. It's not that different. The OBS for Windows doesn't have quite the horsepower that the Linux version does, but there you go. I've helped I've helped Clint and a few others set their Windows version up, and it seems to work out pretty well. Seems to work out pretty well. So that's what we use. So when you're doing a recording, now here's an interesting thing. If you have a webcam and you want to use OBS software just to record your program, your video, that is great. OBS does a wonderful job. If you're running Windows, you can get a compression or conversion software so that the video is not so big, right? I can tell you if you use AVS format, the videos are going to be huge. So you want to use like an M4B, something like that, video when doing your recording, right? We're not interested in TV show quality. Most of us, almost all of us, actually, are going to be watching these videos on a computer screen. You know, a lot of people average a 19-inch to 20-inch, maybe a 21-inch monitor. Some people even smaller with laptops. Yeah. So the video quality doesn't have to be all of that great. In fact, for streaming, right? For streaming, I have these set at 720p. If you don't know what all these technical terms is, look it up. You may learn something, right? But we have some big plans. We have some big plans here in Live with the Shaman 2019. We hope to see shamans and non-shamans alike, people that just want to find out what the monkeys climbing the tree looks like. I mean, I've had people come in for a couple of minutes that are Muslim, Jewish, Christian, atheist, agnostic, whatever, and they just want to find out whether or not we have green horns and purple hair, whether or not we have big dangly earrings, whether or not we're sitting here on the Shaman channel smoking a doobie, maybe drinking a shot glass of whiskey. No, mine's Dr. Pepper. I ran out of coffee this morning. I drank my coffee during church. So, any more ideas? Live with a Shaman, new setup, new format, 2019. See if it bills us or kills us, who the hell knows. I do want to remind you, and we're 30 minutes into the broadcast, we're 30 minutes into the program. So Ah, sleep well, Cindy. Get you some rest. I hope you feel better. So let me recap a couple of things. New broadcast format, live with the Shaman 2019. I hope everybody had a real good holiday season. Our plan here is to run through classes, right? Every Sunday, we will be doing an actual class in how to do this, how to do that, how to perform a how to just get past being a seeker. My God, that in and of itself is a mind wrecker. How to get through your first year. What are some of the things to expect? I'll be running a class on what you're expected to learn as a first year. Some of the things you'll be doing as you come along. I will even be sharing publicly the set of books that I require my first year students to read and why. And my poor little first year, as of late, when I gave her the list of books I wanted her to read, they have absolutely nothing to do with shamanism. Or do they? Therein lies the challenge, doesn't it? Right. Okay. Um, if you want to do a class, I want your videos. No skyclad. Be sober. If if you want to do video questions, right? If you want to show a video of you casting your altar or you doing your circle, I would appreciate it if you would let me or one of the ranking members of the Grove of the Celtic Shaman know, so that we can work with you on getting that video to us once it's done. We do need to pre-watch the video and make sure that we can post it. Make sure that Facebook isn't going to kill our account. And Facebook and YouTube both have really gotten crazy with their rules and regulations for posting videos. I get it, you know. Granted, our channel, all three of them, I've got three YouTube channels, and none of them are monetary channels. I don't make anything off of any of them. I'd like to, but too much of a hassle um, to try to get into the money side of YouTube. Just way too much hassle, and I really don't have time for that. Okay. All right. Well, guys, with that being said, I think I'm gonna bugger off. Let you have the rest of your Sunday, and I look forward to being here with you in 2019. So I hope 2019 is going to be an exciting and a fruitful year. I wish all of you the best. And we will be scheduling the tradition rewrite, but it will not be during Live with the Shaman. This channel is more to helping people learn shamanism and what shamanism is about from our standpoint. So, we'll see you next week right here on Live with the Shaman.